Heading into summer, it's going to be touch and go whether we get through summer without blackouts, to be honest.
Richard Harris has worked in WA's energy sector for decades, including as a government advisor. He lobbied for the state's 2006-era domestic gas reservation policy,
which has been the bedrock of our industrial growth and our mining growth, in which 15% of all gas exported should be coming onshore for domestic use.
When Eastern Australia was gripped by a price crisis last year, WA was lauded as a gas-rich price paradise.
Compared to the eastern states, Western Australia's electricity prices are not going to climb like anything remotely similar.
But the shine is starting to wear off.
The Western Australian system is not perfect, and the government's had to have a huge look at what's going on.
In December, a report by the Australian Energy Market Operator warned demand for gas could outstrip supply. Now, a parliamentary inquiry is examining the gas reservation policy, which is designed to ensure WA households and businesses have access to affordable gas.
The policy has worked generally well, and if you look at what's happened in the East Coast, they would give their right arm to have a policy that we have. It clearly needs some improvement to make it work as it should have been.
Richard Harris represents some of WA's biggest gas users who have concerns the policy is shrouded in secrecy and not being adequately enforced. He wants the government's inquiry to probe how much gas the major producers are exporting overseas and find out if it's impacting domestic supply.
I think the policy works well, but it's short on compliance. In other words, the policy works a lot by goodwill without any heavy-handed regulation.
The gas reservation policy is under the microscope at a crucial time. The state government has set a 2030 deadline to close its 2 coal-fired power stations, and gas-fired generators will need to fill the gap. But so far, the transition away from fossil fuels has been far from smooth. State-owned power provider Synergy was forced to import coal from New South Wales to keep the lights on, at a cost the state government has not disclosed.
Well, we paid global price for that, and you could work it out for yourself, but obviously the specific details of that contract is between Synergy and Yancoal, and so therefore it's a commercial matter and I can't comment.
Shouldn't taxpayers know?
Well, the total cost is actually included in the annual report for Synergy.
The annual report shows Synergy took a financial hit of more than $700 million due to onerous contracts, but it's not clear how much of the cost is from emergency coal.
We've seen the ridiculous situation of a desperate state government importing 100,000 tonnes of coal from New South Wales to the coal mining heartland of Collie. That's probably cost $100 million plus.
The state government claims a rapid shift to renewable energy is possible by 2030.
We expect to achieve our stated ambition of 82% renewable by 2030. We're already at 1/3.
What projects are there in the pipeline that will allow us to achieve the 82%?
The Government of Western Australia, through Synergy, is building our batteries at Kwinana and Collie, and we're building a number of new wind farms.
What are the wind farms?
Well, some of them haven't been announced because they're still in final negotiations of the contracts, but there's a range of wind farm projects in Western Australia that Synergy is building. And then the private sector, a day doesn't go by without another private sector operator coming and talking to me about their wind farm and solar farm projects.
Critics say the 2030 deadline for renewables to make up the difference is looking increasingly out of reach, given the amount of infrastructure that still needs building.
WA is the only state now without a target for 2030. No renewable energy target, no emissions target. We are literally a state that doesn't know where it's going when it comes to energy.
Greens MP Brad Pettit believes an over-reliance on gas is behind the state's lag in renewables investment.
There is a real danger with where WA is going now because we're not doing the renewables bit and the coal-fired power still need to close. They'll end up doing gas. And And then instead of actually doing this cheap transition to new, cheaper renewables, we'll invest in more expensive gas with higher emissions, and that's going to be WA's energy future, which is so many levels of stupid.